Hi and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be going over my family's April debt totals. So let's get started. All right. So the previous month, so March, my family's total debt was $113,816.22. And now in the month of April, it's at $112,566.81, meaning that the debt difference is $1,239.41. So let's break it down. Now, in my family, we currently have three debt categories. We have our student loans, we have my 2017 Honda Odyssey, and then we have credit card. So the bulk of our debt is student loans. Previously it was over 100,000, but we are now under that. So currently it is at $98,289.94, and that has not changed. We haven't applied anything towards it. We qualified under the SAVE plan for a zero debt payments plan, so we have not been contributing towards that debt unless we feel like it, which was because I wanted to get it under 100,000 and then I wanted to get it under 99,000. Now, for my 2017 Honda Odyssey, last month we were at $14,545.87. This month we are at $14,286.87. So my minimum payment affected the balance by $259 flat. So this month we paid the minimum payment, and that's what we've been doing, I think, across the last couple of months. I don't honestly at this moment remember the last time I made an extra debt payment. I want to make an extra debt payment, and I am probably going to do that in the month of May, because if I'm doing the mental math right, next month, so in the month of May, my car loan payment won't be $286.87, even though I pay more than that. So I'm going to pay probably like an extra $50, so I could break that 14,000, and then it will be under 14,000 as the balance on my card. Lastly was our credit card. So it wasn't really like credit card, it was PayPal credit. We had to buy a stove, but our stove caught on fire, so we had to buy a new one. We had the money to pay for it, but we didn't want to, and just in case something happened. So we put it on a PayPal credit, which gave us 6 months to pay it interest free. And so it was last month remaining at $980.41, but we decided to completely pay it off. So we have a difference now of $980.41, and we no longer have that balance on our account. So now let's talk kind of like why we did what we did and why we decided to pay it off even though we had the 6 months. So the reason why we decided to pay it off was because one, we had the money, and two, we are expecting some more expenses. And so I wanted to make sure that we, no matter what, paid it off and got zero interest on it. So in the upcoming months, so the month of May, it's our anniversary. The month of June, my daughter turns 5. Also in the month of May is graduation. And so there's always like costs associated with that. And so we wanted to make sure that no matter what, we had it. And since we know we had the money, because we already had the money when we purchased stove to begin with, we figured it's just easier, get that off. It will have less anxiety around it. Now you might be asking, well, Rebecca, why did you have anxiety over it? Well, me personally, I don't mind having debt. My student loan debt is fine. My husband's student loan debt is fine. The car debt is fine because it's productive in the sense that we need those things in order to work. The stove, however, while we don't need it to work, we do need it for food, and we do eat it to need it to live. And it was just kind of like, the anxiety was over the fact that it was an unexpected expense, if that makes sense. Nobody expected our stove to catch on fire. And the fact that it did catch on fire kind of irks me. It caught on fire, we dealt with it, nobody got harmed, great news, but now we had to buy a new one, and it just was unexpected. And so because of it was unexpected, I kind of just want to get it out of my mind. And so I wanted to pay it off, and I wanted to make sure that we paid it off, again, before the interest rate kicked in. So it's paid off now. Woo. Now our game plan for May is, well, we will probably just be paying the car payments. We won't have the credit debt to consider. We won't really be considering the student loan debt. We don't consider it right now. We probably will consider it when daycare costs change in a little bit. But for right now, it's just not top of mind, not a priority. Right now we have some other priorities, which involves putting quite a bit of money aside just to take into account that I might potentially be off of work for a little bit. And so, because that is something that we are anticipating, I'd rather put the money down in a savings account that will cover me when I have to take off. So, that's just something that we're considering and why we aren't being aggressive with debt right now. Like I mentioned earlier though, I do want to pay like an extra $50 towards my car just to break down from 14,000 to under 14,000 owed. That's like those little milestone things that are kind of fun. And so anytime that I can anticipate that we're getting close, but my next payment just won't quite cut it, then I'll usually throw extra money down on it just because it's fun to be like, yay, it's another 1,000 off that I don't have to pay. So that's something that you might consider doing in your own finances when you're on your own debt journey. But that's just something that is fun for me, and it's generally pretty easy to just find an extra $50 here or there instead of just being like, nope, I'm gonna do a full 1,000 right now. Because I don't know about you, but for my family, the year of 2024 has been a lot of curveballs, a lot of things that are potentially changing. And so because of all this potential change, I rather just ensure that no matter what, we're covered. So I'm really more focused on making sure that I have cushions, making sure that I have my emergency fund, making sure that all of my sinking funds are funded. And that way I have less to stress in case I start working less or I don't work at all for a period of time. So yeah, that covers basically my family's April debt. I hope this video was helpful and kind of gave you some considerations or some hope or be similar to your story. I don't know, but it's really cool, and I would love if you also decided to maybe share some of your own debt stories. Could be in the comments down below, could be a video you make. You could make it public, you can make it private. If you want somebody to cheer you on with your debt journey, just let me know because I'll be there. For those of you who are new to the channel, I post weekly personal finance topics where I try to break them down, and then once a month I do like my debt update video. For those of you who continue to tune in, thank you so much for your subscription, for tuning in again, for the comments, for sharing. I love getting notifications that the channel is growing organically. It's super cool, so thank you so much. I appreciate that you find me entertaining or genuine or just a brush of fresh air, as somebody said, which was really sweet. And if you want to reach out to me, I do have a website. It's debttail.com. There is a contact page. You can type in a message there and it will get to me. But also, I'm a one-woman show, so if you leave a comment down below, I am the one who's answering them. So just let me know how your day is. Love to hear about it. I hope you're all doing well, and until the next video, bye.